I modified with completely stock WL Toys parts. A few people disagreed with my video of this being the world's fastest stock WL Toys, but part of that is a 4,300 kV motor that's obviously a higher kV than the new 008. It's also a bigger motor. There's also a bigger ESC. Do you know where I'm going with this? So I thought, what would happen if we merged the best of the old WL Toys with the best of the new WL Toys? In my opinion, a slightly better design on the chassis, a bit tougher, it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more playful, I want to say. So in this video, we're merging the electronics out of that into that, and then we're going to go see how much faster this is and, well, go and give it another bash about and see what happens. The first thing I'm going to do is repair this shock, which should be quite simple. It should just be a case of removing it, removing the spring, removing the top. Jeez, that's not simple. Removing the top like that. Didn't lose any oil because the bladder was still okay, so we'll leave that back on there. Get a new top, put it back on. Job done. So first thing I did was remove everything off of the new WL Toys that we're replacing. Not too difficult, however, I'm not too keen on the fact that you have to remove the whole back end just to get access to the motor. Anyway, got all the old stuff out and I thought I'd better give it a quick courtesy clean before we add some new stuff in it. Dried it all off, and here we go. So you can see that's the old motor out of it, using a pretty normal pinion compared to their old one. That's the one off of the old one. This is from a V1, this is a 27 tooth. They did go down to a 19. I don't know what this one is. Let's count together. Right, let me mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 tooth. There's your difference in size. So the new one is a 3,800 kV 2838, and the one I'm going to be using, which is out of the V2, is a 2845 and it's 4,300 kV. And then there's the ESC, so that's a 35, the old one. When these first come out, they were listed as 60 amp, but I'm pretty sure they then put it down to 45. But either way, bigger ESC should be better. So that's the new motor mount. It is adjustable, but only by flipping it around. You can see kind of like that. You can see the holes are offset, so you can flip it around. Can't remember which way it was for stock. I'll have to try that out, but it's only going to allow you really to adjust it by a couple of teeth, but it is slightly adjustable. So all on and in. This one comes with a metal spur gear, and as you can see, metal crown and pinion and bearings. So all plumbed in nicely. Had to do a slight modification to the motor. It wasn't hard at all. The stock motor has this like little spacer that goes on the face of it. Did initially fit that to here, but the mesh was so tight that it wouldn't even run at like full speed. So I checked it, and this motor had some side to side movement, only a little bit. Pushing it all the way that way made it run really nice and freely. So you can just see in there, out there, it's just a little washer that I wedged in there. That pushes the motor over there, gives it a nice mesh. ESC just about fits in, tuck the wires back there, receiver on top, new servo fitted, because obviously we chopped the cables on that when we crashed. And this is the stock one. I didn't take the stock one out of there. I've got a full supply of these ones, these little JX ones. The reason I've got so many is because they don't only just fit these WL Toys and some of the Relados, they also fit WPLs. Metal Gear JX servo, 3-wire. All you have to do is just cut them securing tabs off, because this one doesn't have them. And then it slots in there perfectly. Just a quick test of a 2S to show you. So you can see, nice steering there. Mesh is nice and free. Not much delay there either. And so yeah. Anyway, before we speed run it, sort the spoiler out, and I've got my go-to is actually a Traxxas Rustler 4x4. Fit really nicely on there. All you have to do, trim them off with a Dremel. This little thing on that goes on top of the spoiler to line it up. Make sure it's square, mark some holes, drill it. Sits on there as if it was factory. And just like that, we have a new, well not new, but a hybrid WL Toys. I think we should go and see how fast it is, then take it for a rip. And a few of you wanted to see it at the skate park in the last video, I might treat you. It's been really nice weather today, and well, it's just started to rain. We won't let a bit of rain put us off a speed run though. It's coming down now though, oh my word. The things I do, eh? Right, a wet speed run. Predictions. I put on the screen what we got stock out the box. Pretty sure it's 38. Full throttle. A solid run. Oh, slippery, whoa, whoa. That was straight as a die. It just doesn't stop very well in this wet. $38 miles an hour to beat. We got to beat it, haven't we? Got to beat it. 41. Oh, what? 3? Ugh. Whoa! That's nearly my foot. That was coming in hot. Oh, slower. We've had a little moment. I just nosedived it. Whilst getting some action shots, and the motor's moved a bit. She's a little bit noisy.
Michael!
But we're going to run with it. We'll see how long it lasts. Certainly prefer the old WL Toys motor mount. Oh, that was smooth. Loads of power on 3S. Crazy amount of power. It flies. Listen, it's not sounding healthy. It's in my new bash bike. Good for commuting around. Saves me walking down here. I can ride straight up to it. Buggies aren't always that easy to backflip. Oh, I might have knocked the motor back in place. It sounds quieter now. Disaster. Pulled out there. I don't think I've got any tools with me. There. Little field repair, or BDR that some people might know it as. Battle damage repair. This right here is an X-Max killer.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I wonder if we can clear it. Problem is, I've got to get it going straight. Got to clear that railing. Oh, it done it. Yes. Take that, Jono. This thing's a little ripper. Definitely prefer these wheels and tyres. Oh, my little repair's coming away. Yeah, all looking good. Apart from that. There's a cool little transition here. I got some good shots earlier with it. Oh, smooth as butter. Not smooth as butter. Yeah, I knew it had a backflip in it. I'd say it's a solid bash from it. The issue with the shock pulling out. Did have some heavy nosedives though. Certainly lasted longer than other stuff I've brought here, other more expensive stuff. That was never going to end well. We've had a disaster. Not that I've broken it. Well, the shock's come off again. I've just been jumping it from there, like massive jumps. GoPro wasn't recording. I'm going to try and fix it and show you again. It jumped so far. Right, good news. We can do it again. Oh my days. Oh, that went so high. I don't know if I got it on camera. Whoa, that's completely gone now. It has ejected the front shock. Right, time to go home, but it is still going. Time to go home, he says. It's now ejected the whole shock tower. If that was metal, that would have bent, but it is what it is. Oh, I just broke my servo arm as well, I think. Oh no! Oh, we didn't break the servo. Anyway, I'm not really a fan of torture tests, but I'm not sure I've ever snapped a chassis before. That is the first time ever. Oh, we got our backflip. That was the backflip I was looking for earlier. It's like one of them old radio-controlled toys where you have to go backwards to turn and then forwards. So I guess the trick to getting this to backflip is to snap the chassis. It throws it over way easier. Right, damage report. And I'm blaming you guys for this. Yes, I am blaming you. A few of you wanted to see it at the skate park in the last video. I'm pretty sure the chassis wouldn't have snapped if we had front suspension. We'll not look much at that. Oh my days. The reason you have suspension is to absorb shocks. Shock absorbers. Look at my little fix there for making sure the motor didn't move. Look, just threw a stick in there. Seemed to work. Right, anyway, let's get this battery out. I think we're good with the battery. Receiver, yeah, that should just clip in. Oh dear. Snap the top mount there. Let's just get rid of that. Get me a bit of foam out that was holding the battery. We may have bent the drive shaft. Back end's fine. You know, it's all good. Drive shafts are straight. Front drive shafts as well are straight and they haven't broken or anything like that. It was just initially obviously pulling the shock out from there and then obviously broke. No front suspension, all the impacts going through the chassis. And yeah, we snapped it. But overall, I reckon you'll get away with a light bash of this over a skate park. Obviously, sending it like that, it's gonna break, especially on a concrete skate park. And I have not sent anything so high off of that ramp before. It was quite good fun actually. But yeah, so there's the WL Toys 124008 durability test and motor upgrade. Probably best just to leave it stock. It wasn't that much faster and running on 3S, plenty of power. So yeah, rather than going to the trouble of switching all that out, leave it stock, have some fun with it. It's pretty fast, it's relatively tough. It's hard to say it's relatively tough looking at that, but yeah, I kind of understand